Yuka Fujikura. If on December 7th, 1941, your whole life changes. We had lived in rather an idyllic setting. It was in a small town. But we had had a pretty happy life. Of course, since I was a little child, I'd always been saying, "Hey, slant-eyed, flat-nosed Jap kid, what are you? Go back to your own country." And I used to always say, "But I am an American. I was made in the USA."
Forsaken, take me, Jesus, take me now.
The next day was Monday, December 8th, and I used to always wait for my friends to come and pick me up. We'd all go to school together and we'd laugh and have a good time. But that day, nobody came for me, not even my best friend. But when I got to school, they kept saying, Pearl Harbor, Pearl Harbor. And I thought, gee, who's Pearl Harbor? We were given barrack room, and the only furnishing was a light bulb that hung down, and then 3 cots, because at that time there was just my mother, me, and my older brother, 2-year-old. He was 2 years older than I was. And we spent time there, and the barracks were just so rapidly thrown together that, you know, the walls did not go up to the ceiling. There was quite a bit of space, and we had no telephone, no radio, but anything that happened in that barracks, because they were split into 4 quarters, living quarters, we could hear everything. There was no privacy. And at night, unfortunately, if you wanted to go to the bathroom, you had to leave your barracks and go way out into the desert to go to the restrooms. And when you got there, you know, there were lots of snakes and there were a lot of scorpions who had found, oh, you know, it's a pretty nice place to stay. And they were there. There were no doors. Of course, there was an outside door, but there was no door on the toilets itself. My mother used to say, if you want privacy, just close your eyes. You'll have lots of privacy. And so that's what we did. My courage comes, well, partly through religion, certainly, but certainly it came from my parents, because my father was separately interned in a separate camp, and he was moved, as I told you, from Multnomah County Jail, Missoula, Montana, in the dead of winter with no warm clothing to take care with him, and then Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Fort Livingston, Louisiana, and finally to Santa Fe, New Mexico. In those years that he was interned and separated from us, and many times he had no idea where we were, because his letters were always censored. But not in one letter did I ever see any hatred, any bitterness, disappointment, of course, but he was not self-indulged in pity. Because if you don't have courage, you will not speak up. And I think it is very important to speak up and to, if it's wrong, if it was wrong in 1941, it's wrong today. Wrong is wrong. If I were to give anybody a gift, the greatest gift I received from my parents was, know your history, know what happened, even the fear and the hate. But if you know your history, don't become bitter or hateful, because that bitterness will destroy you. It will make you a hateful person, and then you won't have any fun either. But look forward, move on, move on. And if you can, move on with love and with a smile. My mother would sing in her loudest voice, "This is my Father's world, oh let me ne'er forget, that though the wrong seem oft so strong, God is the ruler yet." Yeah, if you have conviction, you have courage too.